Hey guys, it's your boy Chris, and last time on Age of the Geek podcast, we talked about episodes 1 and 2 of the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show on Disney Plus. Very, very good show. This week, we'll be going over episodes 3 and 4. Let's get thwipping. All right, and this week we're also back with Nate again because he's watched the Spider-Man show with me. So why not, Nate? How you
I'm
doing?
his only friend.
One of two.
I'm not.
Okay?
I'm not his
one
only
of
friend,
two.
but I'm the
One
only
of two.
friend who's watched this.
That is true. Alan won't watch it because he's not a true geek. He's just a weirdo. But how you doing this? How you doing today, Nate?
About the same as last time.
Odd, right? It's definitely not the same day. Definitely not the same hour. But yes, this week we're going to be talking about. I could have put it on backwards if that would have helped. And yes, I'm keeping this in the video. Now, we will keep talking about Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. But let me reiterate to all you Andrew Garfield fans and Tom Holland fans, you suck because Tobey Maguire is the best. Fight me. Okay, moving on. So, episode 3. Starting off with something else, but it's just a little bit of Peter Yuki life. It's nerdy. It's, outcast kids being outcast kids. But I want to go straight into Norman Osborn knows that he's Spider-Man because he has the video from his personal camera in that stairwell. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. And naturally, he wanted to talk to Spider-Man. So instead of being a normal person and bringing him over to, his office, in a very almost, Batman from 2008 way, the Richie Rich Norman Osborn rented out an entire...
A whole
rented
restaurant.
Didn't buy.
Okay.
But rented out an entire restaurant, yes. Just so they could speak in private because, having a chef come to his office would have been too much trouble, I guess. But that's rich people stuff. I don't know. Maybe they do that. Now, they talk about it. He tries to deny it, saying, oh, it's fake. Maybe it was someone people have, maybe one of your employees did it for a prank. Norman's like, they don't know it's there. So why would they change there if they're pranking me, even though they don't know it's there?
This is my camera. No one else can.
Yeah, this is mine. No one knows it's there. They can't see it. Yeah. So he eventually says he is Spider-Man, and Norman's like, I knew it! And then immediately gets up and is just like, we're going to change your suit. We're going to improve your webbing. It's awesome, though. I love it. It's genius what you did, but we're going to improve it a bit. And then he's like doing stuff on his phone and telling people this and this and this. And he wants to help Peter. And the reason is in episode 2, I think 1. Yes, I forgot to talk about it in the last episode, but it's okay. In episode 1 of the show, he saved Harry Osborn, which we didn't know he was Harry Osborn at the time, although they did kind of show him in social media stuff throughout the episode. But Norman's like, that guy that you saved in that live stream with those punks, that was my son. That was Harry Osborn. So I'm going to help you because you saved my son and you help out there helping people. I forgot to put this in the first episode. I really do like how they had the very iconic first cover of the first Spider-Man issue with him holding Harry Osborn the way he was. Because that is straight from the cover of the very first comic, which it's just good. It's little Spider fan flavor that I love so much with the show, because they do that. They add little bits of Spider flavor in there. That's not what I mean, but we're gonna roll with it. But yes, I'm rambling so much. He wants to help Peter because he saved his son, and because he's doing good out there, and because this Norman Osborn is nice for now, probably, maybe, honestly, hopefully. I mean, nice Norman Osborn, I'm not gonna lie, it's freaking me out. It'd be like, the Joker being nice. All right, Nate, what'd you think about Norman offering to help Peter?
So I think it's a very sort of like Tony Stark type of help, right? Because he's like, okay, this needs to be improved, right?
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't so far. Excuse me.
You okay?
So far, yeah. So far,
Okay.
he hasn't taken any sort of ideas from Peter, what Peter sort of wants,
Mm-hmm.
right? He's just throwing out the stuff, right? Like bam, bam,
Yeah.
bam, right? He hasn't taken any sort of criticism from Peter or anything like that,
Mm-hmm.
right? But at the same
Sure.
time, how can Peter really, when he's getting what he's getting?
Because he has an internship there, and he's worried about losing the internship, which is how the episode 2 was going. He thought he was about to be fired. Instead,
Exactly.
Spider-Man.
Exactly. He wants to get help because the help has helped him, right?
Quick side tangent.
Yes.
I have forgotten. Have they shown JJJ yet?
No. No.
If they do add JJJ in, I need them to bring back J.K. Simmons as the voice of JJJ.
I'm pretty sure he
because
likes voicing JJJ.
I think he does too. Mind you, J.K. Simmons is jacked, right? He's actually jacked. And this is such a side tangent off of the show. But, like, as he's the perfect JJJ. I mean, he is. Like, they had the, J. Jonah Jameson in the Spider-Man game, Marvel Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2, but they kind of had the voice. The face is a little bit different, but they even brought him back as JJJ and Spider-Man No Way Home and Far From Home and No Way Home, right? Mm-hmm. And that was great. We loved it. But back to Norman Osborn. Sorry for the side tangent, all y'all.
It was needed.
It was needed. I need JJJ back, and I need to be J.K. Simmons because his voice is perfect. So yes. Now, one of the things that Pete did was he's like, "I see you want to help me. I appreciate that, but I don't want to get any of y'all at Oscorp in trouble because there's these people I'm taking down are going to try and hurt me and try to kill me. And if they know that you're helping me, they're going to come after you too, and I don't want that. So the whole with great power must also come with great responsibility. Didn't say it. They might say it soon. I don't think they've said it yet, but he basically said something similar to that of, I want to keep my secret identity and I want to do this on my own because if you help me, eventually someone's going to come after you and I don't want that. So not only does he turn down the help, but he also turns down the internship, which my first thought was, wow, you're going to get paid at some point, I would hope. But Norman, being the nice guy that... I'm sorry, I think I almost hurt myself. Norman being the nice guy that he is, decided to let him stay on the internship. I'm sorry, I had to get that. That took a lot to get out.
I know. You're just not used to it.
I'm not. I even put down in my notes, Osborn is oddly nice to him. He turns down the internship, but Osborn being weirdly nice, and it was like, you're a bright, like smart genius kid. Even if you don't want help as Spider-Man, Peter Parker still would be. We still need Peter Parker in Oscorp, so please stay with us. And Pete's like, okay, sure, I'll come back. Yeah. Then I want to move on to, as I put them down in my notes because I thought it was hilarious. We get the quick little scene with the blonde-headed dude with sunglasses at night, and the chick who
the Bonnie and Clyde.
You thought the same thing. I'll put them down as Dollar General Bonnie. I'll put them down as Dollar General
literally said it in the episode.
Did they? I thought it was being
Peter
original.
Said it. No, Spider-Man said, "Oh, look at this Bonnie and Clyde type thing."
I thought it was being original. At least the only original thing I got was Dollar General Bonnie and Clyde, but I'll take it.
I mean, you're right though.
They are. They did the whole sequence. They did the whole sequence.
They're not even a dollar store Bonnie and Clyde. They're a 99-cent store Bonnie and Clyde.
And that's 99 cents back in the 90s when it was actually 99 cents. They like are getting texts from somebody to put the money in a dumpster, in a trash can.
Yep.
And the girls arguing me like, why? We had the money. We can go do something else. And the guy's like, just trust it. Put the money in there. The trash can gets up because it has mechanical legs and just screws off. And beneath the trash can was the other bag of like a briefcase of money. And the next time we see them, right? Spider-Man gets a notification or something. He finds out that they're like robbing. What were they robbing? Like an ATM or a bank or something? I think it was a bank.
No, they were robbing jewelry.
That's right. It's been a minute since I've seen the episode, but yeah,
getting rings and stuff.
I forgot about that. Yeah. And then he shows up, and they put on their boots and their glove thingies, kind of like
with the sorry.
We're just gonna move past that. I like that song, but we're gonna move past that. Keep that in, Travis. And they put on
getting his butt kicked.
The blonde dude with the sunglasses at nighttime, because cool guy, I guess, was fast. He had the very, very fast boots. She had stabby hands.
He was literally the thrift store Quicksilver.
Yes, he was. And she was, dollar store Wolverine, I guess.
What's that ninja girl name from Marvel Rivals? Psylocke?
Psylocke.
Yeah.
Yes, Psylocke. Yeah, no. And not even that, because she has other things she can do. Wolverine's just stabby. But no, like the whole... they were working together pretty well, but even Peter at some point noticed that they were having to stay away from each other. But he was, like you said, he was getting his butt actually whooped. He was having such a hard time. And then the voice of God, also known as Norman Osborn, pops into his head because he hacked his mask or whatever the receiver was in his mask. And
it was like the police scanner radio thing.
Yeah, because that's how police scanners work. Sure. Somehow he could talk back. Sure. Whatever. We're just going to move past the comic book, how comic books work. But he gets help from Norman Osborn. He points out, hey, they're staying a certain distance away from each other so they don't knock into each other because they're brand new to these things. You can tell. And he figures out a way to take him down, webs them together, and then they go full Sonic the Hedgehog spinning and knocking things around and eventually come to a stop, almost hurting each other. And honestly, I felt kind of bad for that guy because the last thing his girlfriend said was, "My mother always warned me about guys like you." I felt bad for him, I'm not gonna lie. That was kind of rude. But what did you think of that fight? I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, the animation was good for it. So again, animation's been great in this show.
I like the colors.
Really good. I could have made a joke. I'm not going to. No, I agree. The difference with the stabby gauntlets being red while his boots being fast being yellow. I like that because I'm a Flash fan, and yellow lightning, yellow boots. I like that. But I liked it. And we got to see that they also had the same symbol on their tech as the fire guy, Firebug. Wait, no, that's an actual bad guy name. The fire guy with the gauntlets. He also had that same symbol.
Mm-hmm.
So Peter goes back to, Norman Osborn's building.
Office.
I think he scares the crap out of him, which was kind of funny for being a guy that has so many cameras and security safety things, and there's Spider-Man just standing there, and he just
webs down from the ceiling.
And he's just like suddenly there as he does. He accepts the help from Norman Osborn and says, "Welcome to Team Spider-Man," because that's how that works, I guess. And instead of being like, "Thanks for the help," he's like, "Hey, you're welcome for helping me."
Yeah, welcome to my team.
Yeah, for real. And we can talk about it now. Lonnie, a character that we love so much throughout the episode, was having some issues.
I would like to say, right?
Go ahead.
Right before the issues happened, right? The reason why we liked him so much was he was being a great friend to Peter.
He was.
He was giving Peter some confidence. He was having Peter in social circles, invited Peter, right? Which we didn't get to see, but in an earlier episode, invited Peter to a party.
Episode 2. Yep.
Right? Like
Him
Peter
and Yuki
getting invited to a party? Pardon me?
Him and Yuki, and they're like the outcasts.
Yes.
And Yuki. Okay, so one thing we should talk about is Peter. This Peter doesn't have an MJ yet. Maybe. So far, he really likes this. I have forgotten her name. The girl that
Pearl
is dating Pearl. That's right. The girl that is Pearl, who's dating Lonnie.
Yep.
She was apparently his like babysitter for some years,
and they lived in the same apartment building. At one point.
He really likes her, and so she kind of just sees him as little Petey, the guy, the kid she should take care of. And Yuki also seems to like her, but maybe not in the same way, maybe. But yeah, Yuki goes to the party in episode 2 and is just kind of by herself.
Pete.
Yeah, whatever that dude's name was that knocked in her and knocked her juice off. I hope it was juice. Knocked the juice under her shirt. And yeah, I felt bad for her because I've not been to a party like that, but I've had similar situations like that. Because yes, Nate, I've had a life before at some point.
Are you referring to that? Are you trying to say that I haven't?
So Yuki, no. So Yuki, is at this party by herself. She feels left out by Pete. Pete's off doing Spider-Man things in episode 2,
and couldn't make it.
I do like Yuki though. She's a good character. But yes, poor Lonnie in this episode had to get driven back to his house by Pearl because he doesn't have a car, but that's fine. Goes back to his house because his mom called him and there's an emergency. Gets there, finds out his brother had gotten walked home by a cop because his younger brother, was found hanging out with a bunch of gang members.
Not just hanging out. He joined the gang.
Yes, and Lonnie was angry, as he should be. Kicked his door in, noticed that the window was open, and I'm pretty sure the words he said was, "You can't run from me." If not, then that's what I thought he would have said. But yeah, no, he was doing some stupid stuff, and then later on we find him. He found out where his younger brother was because they had, I guess, their version of life. Yeah, family plan. They could track him, so he saw where he was. Shows up to this gang like warehouse, and it's like, "Hey, let's go. We get out of here. You're stupid. You're being stupid. Mom's worried about you. Let's go." And the gang, like the head gang member, Big Don,
something like
walks
that.
up. Yeah, walks up and is like, "He one of us. If you can't take one of. He's family. You can't just take him with you." And Lonnie's like, "He's my actual family, and I'm going with me." Right. So he doesn't want to start a thing. So he's like, "All right, how about
me for my brother?
Me for my brother, right? I'll join y'all." My brother goes home and tells him, I'm a football superstar, and
they knew about that.
Well, yeah, because they seen him, and his brother had been talking about him.
They
knew he was super athletic. Yeah, league bound. He's going on to big things. So yeah, because younger brothers are stupid and make stupid decisions. Yes, hey. Nate, I know you're younger brother. I'm the older brother. Not to you, but
no, not to me, baby.
Thank God. Shut up. But no, because younger brothers are stupid and make stupid decisions in life, like my brother. The older brother had to swoop in and help him out. And at the end of the episode, had to join a gang. Lonnie, character that we really like, was forced to join a gang. Surely nothing else bad could happen, right?
Right.
All right. We're gonna move on to episode 4. Episode 4 starts off with Peter walking to Osborn's, office to, I guess, talk with Osborn about Spider-Man stuff, I guess.
Well, if you remember, Osborn got Peter out of the internship thing again, right? Because he wanted to talk to him.
Yeah, he was doing he was trying to talk
presentation.
About
he was doing the presentation. The grouchy,
Slouchy.
the grouch doctor, Slouchy, was such a hater
Oh my! He wouldn't let him talk. It was
No.
it was annoying. Yes, I get it. But he got called up to the office, and Slouchy thought it was him getting called to the office because he's so important.
Yep.
Not. But
Not.
yeah, no. Peter's walking up to the office, and who comes out of Norman Osborn's office? But
Harry.
his son Harry. Now Peter's never met Harry in person, not as Peter, but he has Spider-Man. But Harry says hi. They talk. They talked a little bit. They actually seem like pretty good friends at first. Like they seem to be getting along pretty well, as they have throughout every comic book series, movie, and TV show. They get along very well because they've always been good friends. And I hope, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, Marvel, hey, Disney, don't ruin this one, please. I know he's supposed to be bad at the end. Don't do it, because I like Harry. Don't do it.
Harry.
We love Harry. This Harry's cool. All right, so he meets Harry, goes into Norman Osborn's office, right?
Yep.
He puts down into panic mode. They're by themselves, and he shows.
It was do not disturb mode.
You're right. Do not disturb mode, not panic mode.
Yeah.
And Peter noticed something on his monitors, right? When he turns the monitor around, we see that it is news reports talking about the Civil War happening in Sokovia? No,
wherever that's the happened. Accords. It happened in Germany.
Sokovia Accords. That's right, in Germany. They showed like Ant-Man being big, holding on to War Machine, I think.
And then everyone around, just like the scene from the movie.
It's literally the same scene, but without Spider-Man. So again, like I said in the last episode, it's like they loosely tied in this show to the MCU, but the only difference is Spider-Man's not there. So I guess that means he didn't get to take Cap's shield, which was a cool moment. And the whole, where are you from, kid? Queens, Brooklyn. I liked that part. They didn't do that.
Nope.
But whatever. So it is very interesting, though, that they've, it's part of the MCU, but it's on the boundaries outside of it, of everything else that's happening. So I don't know. It's weird, but it's interesting at the same time.
It's sort of like a what if Spider-Man never got recruited by Stark.
Tony Stark. Yeah, literally the thing that changed everything was, now that I think about it, we never saw how Tom Holland got his powers because they just start off in Civil War with, he's already had his powers for a few months now.
Yep.
And his first suit is very similar. I say very similar. It's slightly similar to the first suit in this show.
It's at least with stuff out of the trash can.
That too, yes. And the only difference so far has been, besides the suit itself, has been instead of Tony Stark showing up, it was Norman Osborn. Yep. But moving on to the rest of episode 4, Norman Osborn shows him that he has a new suit for him, right? And we see this big,
fabricator.
I don't know. Yeah. And a hologram of what the suit looks like. And as I put down in my notes, it is very Thor-like. And he says, you want to be a hero. You want to be something like a big hero like Thor. Thor's a great person to... yes. And you need to have presence like Thor. So it's very medieval, almost like a Doctor Doom Thor mix. I'm going out of focus. I'm back. He tries on the suit. He goes out to stop crime in some alley. He goes to jump down. And in the words of Edna Mode, no capes.
No capes.
No capes. Because he gets stuck and wrapped up. Oh, he did. And I felt so bad. He went back. And let me just say, throughout this entire process, they got this version of Peter very, very, very close to the original version. The very full of himself, at times, smartest guy in the room, Peter Parker. Because he would go back and be like, this ain't it. Instead of being like, sorry, Mr. Osborn, this didn't seem to work out. Maybe try another one. He'd be like, I don't like this one. Again. Do it again. It was very forceful, but it's kind of like original Peter Parker was. But he had that suit. Then we had the second suit. Mind you, all of these suits were Norman's ideas, right? He tried to show him his idea in his sketchbook, and it's the Spider-Man suit, classic red and blue, right? Mm-hmm. And the next suit that he had, which is an actual character, is the Beetle, right? The wings, the stingers and everything. That's an actual character. It's a bad guy most of the times for Spider-Man. I mean, he was even in the I think Marvel Spider-Man 1. I remember him in a Ultimate Spider-Man Nintendo DS game. So he's been around for a while. But he had the suit, and like I put down, spiders can't fly. So no, he had so much trouble with those wings, kept knocking into things. He kept shooting stuff with his stingers and was having a hard time. And so he said no to that one also. Then his third suit,
Batman suit.
I literally wrote down, looks like a burglar with web wings. That's what it looked like. It looked like he looked like he was trying to team up with Black Cat, or he looked like the original version of Black Panther, the all black suit with like the purple, almost like knitted ribs, claws. Yeah, and he scared the crap out of a little girl. That poor girl.
That poor child.
And he got to float around, but
yeah.
They thought he was a menace.
Man, if JJ would have seen that.
Menace. No, the suit was not great, and then finally he goes back. They have a little talk, and he was like, "These suits aren't really working. They're not me." And the one's like, "Okay, I have one final suit. And this one feels like it would be more your style, while the other ones were more me trying to force something on you. This one is more like yours." And they show the final suit. And it is the Future Foundation suit, but with a little bit extra. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Future Foundation suit is a white with black lenses, black logo, like white with black accents Spider-Man suit for when in the comics, Spider-Man, for a while, joined the Fantastic Four. They were still the Fantastic Four. I'm pretty sure he was replacing Johnny Storm for a while. And then when all four were there, plus Spider-Man, they called themselves the Future Foundation. It was a whole thing. Stop laughing at me. I love that suit. I really do. Because I like striking colors like that. And it's just a good looking suit. Mm-hmm. His was white with black, but also a bit of blue, which I kind of liked. And like almost like a utility belt. The suit looks good though. It looks really good. What do you think about the suit before I keep going? What did you just do?
Don't worry about it. So I like the suit. I just want them to give us the nice, iconic blue and red suit, which I think it might happen soon.
Me too. Well, I mean, we got 3 new episodes tonight, so yeah. When I finish, I'll probably text you to see if you finish it also, to see if they add it. I know there's one thing in the 6th episode that I'm already looking forward to. I'm not going to say it, but I kind of want to say it because it was in a preview, so people will know about it. But can I say it?
As soon as you finish, I'm going to go watch it.
Let me just say, there's a certain really good lawyer in the 6th episode. That's all I'm going to leave it at. Yes. And in my favorite suit of his. Now,
right, listen.
Again,
you can't be saying these things and not let me go watch it.
We'll be done here in a second. Don't worry about it. Now, Lonnie. We still love Lonnie, right?
We love Lonnie.
Lonnie is like studying at the warehouse where the gang members are. I forgot what they call them. I forgot what the gang is called. The 110th. That's right. He's hanging out the 110th place, and Big Don's like, "This ain't a study hall. What you doing?" So he tells him to go. They have a bit of an argument, and he's like, "All right, go to this place and get us the burritos." So Lonnie goes
in a group order.
Yeah. Lonnie goes to this place. He's going to walk up to this burrito place, and there's this like buff woman in a black shirt with camo pants standing next to the door, or like leaning over against it, which a little weird, but hey, whatever. And he goes in, and they zoom in, and she has, I think on her, it was her arm, like her underarm, or forearm, she had scorpion tattoo. So they had talked about in the 3rd episode, they had talked about in the 2nd episode a little bit, 2nd or 3rd episode, that there was the scorpions, right? But they mentioned them once or twice. He goes in, says order for Big Don. The guy hands him the food because the guy doesn't care. Everybody in there though gets up. The lady comes in. She's the right hand of the Scorpion leader, Matt Gargan. Because do you know who Matt Gargan is, Nate?
Say it again.
Matt Gargan.
No.
He's Scorpion. He's the original Scorpion because there's been a second one. Yes, he. They actually got him very right in the way they described him in the show. They when Lonnie gets told by this lady, like he's trying to go back. She's gonna let him. She's like, hey, this is our turf. Stay out till Big Don. We'll be seeing him. And then there's this whole sequence where he's trying to go back to the train. And he's getting chased by he's getting trailed by some dude. He runs. The dude runs after him. He gets on the train. He's safe. He goes back to Big Don. Says, "You let me go in there saying your name on a enemy turf. Why'd you do that?" And Big Don's like, "You had to learn. Hey, we're family. We're the only ones the 1/10 is the only one keeping this area safe. You think your family is safe? Not without us. Blah 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 blah." And he's been like, in order to keep your family safe, you need to be with us because the Scorpions Matt Gargan makes me look like Santa Claus because Matt Gargan, and they did such a good job explaining him. It's crazy. Matt Gargan is crazy. They showed the scars on his back, which is a thing from I think he was in the military or something, but he just likes to fight. That's all he does. He made this gang, the Scorpions, and would just go to enemy gang's turf, not to encroach and get more area. No, because he wanted to just start a fight. That's all he wanted, and he got what he wanted, and he would beat the crap out of them every single time because he's crazy. Look, when he becomes Scorpion, we already had the symbiote in the first episode. The one thing that I don't want to see, but at the same time I really do because I also love Venom. It's one of my favorite characters. There is a version of Venom, right? Eddie Brock doesn't have the Venom symbiote. Flash didn't have it anymore. Instead, Matt Gargan had the symbiote. And Matt Gargan as Scorpion had the symbiote. Now, it didn't look like the Scorpion, but it was one of the most unhinged versions of Venom. It was a lot closer to Venom being like Carnage than ever. It was insane. But I want to end this part of the episode with something that we got to see. Peter is trying out the new suit, sees this van that is in a police chase. Inside there's four Russian people, including a giant dude who's the getaway driver.
And he looks so familiar.
Well, they said his name, and I don't remember his name currently because it's super Russian, but it's the Rhino.
Yeah. Well, first of all, his face looks like the Rhino's face.
Yes, and it looks like original Rhino, the guy in the suit, not the guy in a mechanized suit, or the guy who turns into weird mutant Rhino thingy.
Yeah.
But they try to get away. One of the girls, I forgot her name, super buff lady, jeez, hops out, gets away. The other three get captured. With all the money. The other three get captured, and she shows up to this place, and talks to some buyer who has a lot of tech, and she's like, "Hey, I'm here with the money. My other three friends got captured. I want enough tech. Here's the money. I want the tech to get them to get free, right?" The buyer is Otto Octavius, Doc Ock, the one who's been selling all this equipment with the Infinity Loop 8 symbol stuff has been Doc Ock. So it's interesting. And the last thing we see, the last thing we see was
symbol 2 O's.
Oh, that makes so much sense. I actually had not thought about that. That's
I hadn't thought about that before, and I almost mentioned it in the last episode, but I didn't want to spoil anything.
Yes, I'm excited to see what they do with Doc Ock eventually. We need to have
His
a good
design.
Spider-Man show.
His design so far is
it's
so
good.
classic. It's the
It
classic.
is. That's what I think. That's what I like about the show. Everything has been extremely classic, and I love it because it's classic with new at the same time. It's classic looking Peter Parker with future Foundation suit, and I love that. It's awesome. And Doc Ock looks good also. He looks like, again, the sunglasses inside, because Doc Ock always had to have sunglasses for some reason. He didn't have his arms yet, if I remember correctly. Yet. But he was like the one taking the money and giving out equipment. Did she, because I don't remember, you just watched the episode, did they show in that, at the end of that episode, what equipment she got?
Yes.
They did, yes.
When she was walking out, they showed what it was. It was a helmet with a laser.
Yep. The unicorn. Yes, it was corny looking. I'm not gonna lie, it was super corny looking. It's just a helmet that shoots lasers. That's it. Whatever. They could have done better. I just hope that at some point, they do Superior Spider-Man. I will talk about that at some other video because that's a longer rant, and this has been a longer video. So, all right, guys, and that has been episodes 3 and 4 of Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I've really been enjoying the show. Nate, I'm sure you've been enjoying the show, right?
I have very much been enjoying the show.
Because again, like all the episodes come out on Wednesdays. New episodes every Wednesday, and so far they've been putting out since the first 2. Every Wednesday is another 3 new episodes. So we already had episode 5. We've already watched it, but we're going to leave that for next week. We're going to talk about episodes 5 and 6, which I'm looking forward to because I saw episode 5 and I have seen the previews for episode 6, which I'm watching tonight, including episodes 7 and 8. But I'm looking forward to it because there's some things coming that I cannot wait to see, including, like I said, a certain character with a suit that I absolutely love. And yes, Nate, I know you want me to wrap it up because you want to go watch it, but suffer. All right. Until next time, guys. Have a good night.
Bye.